I'm back! Hey everyone, my name is Riley. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm here today to talk about the reactions from my au pair videos. So I started off with my pronouns, got a little badge right here, because a lot of people, when they were reacting to my videos, were confused about what gender I am. I am a trans man. If you look at my YouTube channel, it's full of videos about being transgender. That's really the only other topic I talk about, but just want to clear that up right at the beginning. So I posted a video a couple months ago about my au pair experiences in Australia, and I did not realize how many people would react to them, negative, positive, everything. It just kind of like blew up all over, all of a sudden. A lot of these comments I got were from angry host families, and I can't believe how much it spread, like I said, but a lot of them were really hateful and were really, people don't know what they were talking about because they don't know who I am and what experiences I have. And just because you've had good experiences as an au pair or you've had good experiences as a host family doesn't mean that my experiences aren't valid and they're untrue. Okay, so I'm going to share the comments that I have on my videos. Some of them were through Facebook, some of them were through YouTube, and some were comments that were leaked to me by other sources. I just say if you post something publicly, it's sometimes going to come back to the person who posted the video in the first place. Alright, so my first comment here, it says, "So you didn't have to pay rent, food, or anything else, but as being in a family, you have chores you are hard done by. LOL, get a grip. I'm not a keyboard warrior, but I've been on the other side of the stick here when you open up your home and hearts and au pairs take advantage. I've watched your whole movie and you need to think if you had someone stay with you paying shared rent, what would you expect them to do also?" So that's a fair comment. Definitely, if someone came into my home, I would expect them to keep up the house, keep their room clean, put away their dishes, do their own laundry. But when they're on their off time, I can't say that I would expect them to do things that they weren't paid for. They're not a slave. They are here. I have lived with lots of roommates and done a lot of the dishes, done a lot of their dishes, even though I wasn't paid. I've lived in plenty of situations where it's shared responsibility, chores. I have no problem with that. It's just about being fair. And the comment about not having to pay for rent or food, yeah, it's not really a luxury. That's actually part of the pay. That's why you get a small stipend each week, because the other part of the pay is the rent and food. Don't act like it's something that's given to me as a bonus. Alright, my next one here. "I'm listening and can tell she is speaking shit. Body language says more than her words." I'm not really sure what's going on with my body language. I'm trying to be open as possible. Is that better body language? That better body language? Better body language? Better body language? Ah! Oh gosh, I'm seeing stars. Ooh, that was a really bad idea. I automatically listened with a whole lot of irony when she said she had 4 bad experiences. We have had occasional isolated au pairs who didn't fit into our family, but even then I generally wouldn't say it was a bad experience, just a poor fit. We have also had many wonderful au pairs. I think if she had 4 out of 4 bad experiences, she needs to look at the common denominator. I didn't mean to say I had 4 bad experiences, and I definitely agree I am the common denominator and au pairing is not right for me. 2 of these experiences were absolutely fine. The 2 that I mainly talk about were the bad ones, and I'm sorry there's some discrepancy there. But just because I'm not meant for being an au pair doesn't mean that I didn't have bad experiences. You weren't there. A lot of these host families don't want to believe that au pairs could have bad experiences in their families or in families in general. Don't stress, she is an idiot. Even the other au pairs don't agree with her on her post. She posted it on Sydney Au Pairs, which is meant to be an au pair only page. However, there are heaps of host families in there if you want to see it. Just join the group, she keeps bumping it. I watched the whole thing, another au pair called her out, which was great. I feel sorry for the other 3 families. Yeah, I did have a lot of au pairs contact me. I would say 85% were so happy that I spoke up and I said something and that I had the nerve to say something because so many people are afraid to. I did have a few au pairs that said that I was off and that they had great experiences, and I'm really happy for them. I'm glad that they've had positive experiences, but again, just because you did, how do you know how mine was? Okay, so here's a comment from an au pair I got. I watched this video for 6 minutes, which I thought was a pretty good effort on my part because it's very annoying. I'm in my 3rd au pair role across 18 months and will be looking for a 4th when I head into my 3rd year as an au pair come September. You just have to search for the right family and ask the right questions, which from the first 6 minutes you clearly failed to do. So if someone's only going to watch the first 6 minutes of my video, probably not going to listen to their opinion because they didn't listen to everything I had to say. And again, really happy you had a great experience. The question thing, I asked plenty of questions. I organized my first au pair role months and months in advance. I asked them every question in the book. Sky put them multiple times, so I don't know how I could have helped. I think the best thing is to meet them in person, but since I was still in the US, that was impossible. Alright, sounds like Riley has issues and needs support. 4 bad experience speaks more about shim. Okay, what the heck is a shim? I thought that was like a wood thing you put in, like when you're building. 4 bad experiences speaks more about shim than anything else. This is not a true representation of most host families and au pairs in Australia. Okay, well, I think maybe you should run a survey. I ran a survey myself, and it's about 50-50, good experiences, bad experiences. If you don't know about the bad experiences, that's because you're talking down to people like me who actually want to speak up, and we don't have a voice. Okay, so this is the best comment yet, and my video traveled so far that my first host family that I talked about found the video, and not only did the dad publicly comment on my video, but the mom sent a message in this au pair thing, and the comment got leaked to me, and I saw it. So this is what she said. Oh my god, we are the first family she talks about. This girl was just amazingly lazy. It's very interesting to hear her view, after she never spoke one word to us about any issues when she was here. Riley, as she is calling herself, not her actual name. Okay, hold the phone. Hold the phone. If you go on my YouTube channel, my first video is F to M, female to male, introducing Riley. If you look at the majority of my videos, they are about being transgender. So you think I just came up with a fake name to talk about my au pair experiences? Like, I'm not afraid to tell who I am. Don't you think if I'm making myself public, why would I make up a fake name? That's just ridiculous. Most of what she says is utterly incorrect. She was basically just very lazy, in fact sat at our kitchen counter, doing nothing most of the time. She did have a contract and was paid for every hour. We asked her constantly whether she was happy, but she never said there were any issues. Just said all was fine. I do not recall ever being late home, but if it was, I would have paid her $20 per hour for it, which was what we were paying for any additional hour over the base amount. She's right. I made a big mistake. I did not tell that family enough times when I was having issues. I thought it was obvious that when they were having chats with me and we weren't on the same page, I was having issues, and when I was having issues with the kids and they were screaming, I kind of thought maybe they would clue in more, but I should have talked to her more. I do agree, but I was just in a really awful place when I first got to Australia because I was so overwhelmed that I just had to escape, and I figured if I said something, they may kick me out, and that's what happened with my fourth family, and I'm really lucky that that didn't happen with them, that I was more in control. But I do apologize, and I feel bad for that. Yeah, the whole laziness thing is just ridiculous. I mean, 5 kids, packing 5 lunches, cooking for the entire family, doing all their laundry, cleaning all of the kids' bedrooms, picking up their toys while they watch TV. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I may have sat down. I probably sat down at some point because I was exhausted. But calling me lazy and saying I didn't do anything the whole time, It's just crazy. That's about all I'm going to share about the comments right now, because I don't really need to be getting into every little thing that was said. I just wanted to make some public because I think it's just crap that people will just talk shit on me and they don't even know my life or my experiences or who I even am as an individual. The people that run these Facebook groups, there is really no one monitoring who's in there, what's being posted, if these are good families, bad families, and that's not true for all au pair Facebook groups. But I've noticed that sometimes girls that are au pairs will post and say, hey, there's this weird guy who's messaging a bunch of us, trying to get us to come over, be careful for him. And really, if you're a moderator of a group, you should be seeing these things and you should be screening the people that come into your group. Well, one big problem I found is that a lot of the admins and moderators are the same people. And in particular, this one woman. Her name is Tina Schmidt, and I don't know who she is. I'm pretty sure she's a fake profile. One time I commented and said she was a fake profile in one of the groups, and she threw me out. But I've tried contacting her multiple times, tried adding her as a friend, but she is a moderator of groups all around the world. She is running groups in all over Australia, all over New Zealand, and all over Europe. And I don't think one person can actively moderate that many groups, let alone you should probably be looking at groups that are in an area you're living in. And going off her profile, I'm pretty sure she's from the United States. I don't know if she has good intentions in mind, but something's going on with all of that, and I think it's pretty fishy. I think that there needs to be better screening. There needs to be an outlet for au pairs to report bad things that these host families are doing, because it's getting out of control. And maybe families are treating au pairs nice in some of these situations, but that doesn't mean they're treating them fair. And the last thing I wanted to say is that I am so thankful that there are great families out there. And the point of these videos wasn't to say that good families don't exist, because they do. They definitely do. I just want to give a chance to see the other side of the story, because a lot of people don't get to see this side, and I think it's important to share the word and help you think twice if you want to be an au pair. I would say if you want to do it, go ahead, but just realize that you need to be careful, and if you get in a bad situation, you can leave. That's all I'm going to say. Wanted this video to be way quicker than the last one, but if you have more comments, I'm sure you will. Drop them down. I'll talk to you. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.